Remix. 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 Remix.
Oh, yeah. Welcome out. This is the Remix Morning Show. Giving you that boom bap breakfast in case you didn't know. Yo, I go by the name of the Ear Doctor, and let me introduce you to the hardest working ladies on the internet. One of them goes by the name of Jackie Lukeman. And burn it down, Kim Bratt.
Oh, my honey. Got me working day and night. What a jam. Woo. That instrumental just woke me up, Ear Doctor. I was asleep 30 seconds ago. I swear to God.
Hey, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, I'm still asleep. That's okay. I'm still asleep.
Does it make me feel all right?
Yeah. Mafi.
Kamafi.
No, it's Kamat. Remember,
that dog don't know his name. Looking out the window. It can't even say his name. See if it turn around.
He's waiting for the deer.
Say his name. Say his name,
hey,
Jackie.
Ma.
Oh, you said hey first.
Oh, the dog know hey. Come on, Ear Doctor. Shut up. He know hey, but he don't know his name, Ear Doctor. Come on.
See, I just called his name.
Okay, you right.
Look
you
at
right,
he
you
wagged his tail.
Right.
Come on,
He's like,
V.
yeah, Mom.
He's a good boy. He's a good revolutionary Rottweiler. Yes, he is.
Little mutt.
Is that a contradiction, Jackie? Can a Rottweiler of German descent can he be revolutionary?
He can be revolutionary if he he's answering your question right now.
Thank you. Come on, I've heard that.
Telling you what you talking about. I'm a Roddy, I can do what I want. That's what
Has Kamathi been to any protests? I know you used to. Brewski was revolutionary. Used to show up for the mobilization calls. Has Kamathi been out to any actions yet?
Haven't been out. Haven't taken him out to any actions yet because I'm still kind of not sure how he is around crowds because. The people I adopted him from didn't tell me a lot about his background before they had him, in the shelter. So we'll see. I mean, I want to. He's got a better disposition than around other dogs than Brewski, because Brewski does not. The older he got, the more he was just like, nope, I'm gonna bite it. Nope.
Take him out. Take him out, and I swear, the dog will get back to being racist to that German psycho. That German psycho come out.
He can be at a protest and accidentally bite me.
Like, where's the nigga?
Don't tell me. Don't have Kamafi go out there and join the Proud Boys. He crossed the line. Like, Kamafi, where you going?
They start marching. He's like, hey, I kind of like that.
Wow.
No, never my dog. Never my African revolutionary dog. He can't help. He can't help his lineage, but as long as he is anti-imperialist, anti-capitalist, anti-Zionist, and he's willing to bite the system for the people. He's his heritage doesn't hold him back.
That's right. Kamathi is like our white comrades. Y'all are not y'all ancestors. You understand? So thank you. Shout out to Kamathi.
And he falls in the category of the most hood dogs. You got Rottweilers, you got Pit Bulls, and you used to have Doberman Pinschers. I don't know, they fell off.
Oh, they got expensive. They got expensive.
Mm-hmm. See, I had a Chinese pug back in the day.
Vicious, really nice.
Yeah, the one with the flat face, black and white.
I didn't know pugs came in Chinese varieties, but
yeah, Chinese pug. Yeah.
Okay. You see,
Huh.
look, your doctor learning me out here. Yes.
Hey, I mean, I do it every day. I mean, y'all
I
just don't
know.
listen good.
I
Mm.
know.
Oh Lord.
Don't listen good. I love it. That's right.
Ah.
Ear doctor, every time I have a mispronunciation.
You just think about me. You think
I
about
even said it
syllables.
last night on my show. I said we all got a little ear doctor in us, everybody.
Hey, just clap it
Mhm.
out. Just clap it out. The syllables will help you. I'm telling you.
Proclivity.
See, there it is.
Documentary in. Nigga said,
Kamati.
there you go.
Ooh.
Look at that. See, I'm telling you. Y'all gonna start listening to me one of these days. Shit.
Hey,
Hey,
yeah.
speaking of, I don't even know what I'm talking about. Speaking of, what was the first time y'all ever shot guns or anything like that?
Mhm.
How was that experience? My first time, well, let me start it off. My first time actually getting trained how to shoot a gun was Professor Griff taught me
Wow.
2 years ago for my birthday.
Oh, what y'all shoot?
9 millimeters.
Okay, y'all shot handguns.
Yeah.
Okay.
You shot, yeah, yeah. My first gun I shot was a Uzi, and no, a
Ooh.
22, a Uzi, and then a rifle.
And who was you shooting at?
The air girls.
No, I'm just playing.
You
I mean, I
notice
know
he
you
was
from
like the air.
it was Jersey was rough, back in the day, shouted
Actually, it
sometimes.
was Florida because I moved down there. I ain't really know a bunch of people, and yeah,
So you had to get the Uzi
I
because
had
you
to
didn't
let.
know the
Well,
niggas.
the Uzi was in Atlanta, but the 22 and the rifle was in Florida. I found my pops guns and was like, oh word. What
Mm.
about you, Kim?
The first time I shot a gun,
Mhm.
I'm gonna guess 15, 20 years ago. So where in central rural Virginia, where my mom's peoples are from, I mean, everybody got guns. Like when I
Mm,
hear it be like, no, people, kids shouldn't have guns. I'm like, my cousins have had guns since they was 12. Like, what are y'all
mm,
saying? Like, of course. Anyway, so the first I shot this big 45 revolver. Like I had to hold it with I had it in my right handed, but then I had to like hold my hand up with my left hand so I could even because the joint was so heavy. So I've shot 45 revolvers, I've shot AR-15s, I've shot 9 millimeters, I've shot
mm,
22s, I've shot now I know this is one of the paradoxes of my disability being what it is. I'm an amazing fucking shot. Like you wouldn't even
mm.
believe it. Like to the point where I can shoot moving targets. One of
Oh damn.
my ex took me out to a outdoor shooting range where you have the clay
Hmm.
discs or whatever to shoot them
Oh
out.
wow, you like
Track
that?
them joints, bow,
The fuck?
bow, shot them right out the air, shorty. I'm nice with this
Damn.
shit.
Okay.
Ooh.
It's weird.
Okay.
But again, that's why I don't be worried in my
Mm.
house. That is in my
Oh
house.
okay.
I don't be worried in my house. No, because I have had some barking issues, people barking issues with one of my neighbors. And I told them they could play games if they wanted to. You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
it was just left at that. Like, because it's like 5 of them. And they thought, I'm like, what y'all think y'all gonna jump me out here?
Mm.
No.
I could guarantee you whatever Jackie first shot she ate
Oh
probably like
shit.
raccoon or something like
Oh,
that.
I'm like, this
I could guarantee that she was hunting with like
was
one
you
of her
hunting,
peoples.
Jackie?
I knew it. I
What was you
knew it.
hunting? You was squirrel hunting?
um,
Coons.
was it squirrel? No, it wasn't. It wasn't raccoon.
Might have been
Uh,
squirrels. Because you got people
Deer.
from country from Virginia too. I know they squirrel
Yeah.
hunt.
oh yeah, my people still. I got some older cousins who still just
Sheesh.
um go over to their house and just like, hey, you want some squirrel? No.
What does squirrel taste like? I don't know.
I'm not sure. I've had
Uh,
venison. I've had deer, you
it's
know.
there's a reason such Southern folk invented gravy. Let me just
Oh, got you. That's
let
like
me just
liverwurst. It's the worst. But
yes,
continue with your
yes,
gun story, Jackie, please.
yeah. Yeah,
I
I
would like
think
to have more guns though, but the gun laws around here are so dumb and restrictive. And even if I were to try to go to like one of those states where like they give guns out at the toll booth, they still ask you for your license, right? And so
uh-huh.
Maryland has it set up so that even if I were to try to legally go purchase a gun in say Ohio or Indiana or Texas where they don't care. Because I have a Maryland ID, they would report back to Maryland that I have made this purchase, and then Maryland would come be all in my business. Well, have you got your permit? Have you got this? Have you got that? And it's like amazing that we have all these strict gun laws, and yet the gun violence seemingly doesn't go down. So make it make sense.
I don't know how that is. I mean, yeah, it's like really weird. I grew up around guns. Like the first time I shot a hunting rifle, obviously that was the first gun I shot. Was I think I was maybe 11, 12, something like that. Kind of hanging out hunting because a lot of the men, not my immediate uncles, but my grandmother's brothers and my grandfather's brothers and sisters hunted. So one year I wanted to go with them because it looked like they were having so much fun. So they were like, okay. So I'm out there, and one of my uncles was like, you want to learn how to shoot? I'm like, okay, yeah. And he just kind of taught me. I bruised myself real good up here the first time because I didn't hold it snug up under my, just all that kind of stuff. And then the next thing I shot was a shotgun, which, shotguns are really excellent for protection.
Yeah.
I
think so.
But they're not really useful for much else.
Yeah. Because you got to be running up
unless
somebody.
of course you're trying to do the damage that shotguns do, because you can't hunt with a shotgun because you be picking lead shot out of everything, and a shotgun will obliterate smaller targets. So shotguns are great for home protection, but that's it.
I learned that playing my experience of playing Call of Duty. Shotguns are definitely when you run up on somebody. And my first time at 12, I had a BB gun. I was hoping I wouldn't shoot my eye out, but yeah, a BB gun was cool. Shot squirrels.
Did you eat them or you was just shooting them?
Shoot them.
No, see,
I'm a city boy. I'm not a country boy. Even though my parents are from my parents was from the country, well, Texas and Alabama, but
that's country.
Definitely country. Absolutely. Sometimes country. Sorry.
Where else you thought we was talking about?
But I mean, I'm thinking of like Texas not being as country as Alabama. Like
shit.
I mean,
they only got 4 cities in Texas, right? I mean, I'm not even saying that's not even dissing. I'm being real. We got Dallas, we got Houston, we got Austin, we got San Antonio. Everything else is wide open spaces,
right? with cattle, with a lot of longhorn cattle. Oil rig.
Yes. That's it. That's Dallas. Only 4 cities in the whole state of Texas. And Texas is goddamn huge.
Texas has 87,000 zip codes.
That is
really
13 climates.
Yo, I burnt my feet stepping out on the concrete in Texas. I didn't know how hot it got out there. That shit was crazy. Big up to my cousins out in Texas. You know what I'm saying? I will never get out there, but
I was about to say, you ain't seen them since 87.
Oh my God, it's just the early. Only seen them do funerals.
Oh damn.
So, I mean, you gotta think, man. You ain't nobody traveling that far.
I mean, you sure? I don't.
Only for funerals and weddings. Those are the only times families really get together if y'all not together. And I mean, that's the whole thing about us nowadays. Is like if we got people from other states, we don't hardly see them. I love to see people that have family reunions and they all in one state and stuff. I'd be like, damn, that seems fun. I never had one.
It's because us up north, whatever's, we don't go back down to the country like we're supposed to.
Kind of say that. Kind of.
Is that real?
I think that's kind of real. I mean, and I think kind of it may be like a little bit generational.
I think so.
If you're not born in the South, and we have to remember that most of our people still live in the South. Mm-hmm. But these little kids, brought up in the city who don't have the experience of being shipped down the country to their grandparents during the summer to work that garden and to really kind of experience a whole different way, a different pace of life, and the wild thing is for a lot of our folks who live in the country, I think if a lot of us who live in like smaller towns, we largely live still a very segregated life. Like we don't encounter white people unless we go to work and have to go to town shopping.
It's definitely down south.
Otherwise, our whole lives are different from white people. And I mean, that's the way it was when I was growing up. It's a little less like that now, but you can still kind of experience that. So you have this whole kind of almost mythical experience going. At least that's how I look at it, you know, now this amazing mythical experience of being in this, you know, bucolic, lovely, safe place where we get up at the crack of dawn and go work, but we can also, you know, run around all this property and in the woods and up and down the road without any worry and all that kind of stuff. You know.
Yeah. I had Puerto Ricans across the street and Polacks down the block when I was in Jersey.
Your doctor.
What?
Your doctor.
Polacks.
Your doctor.
Sir.
What?
Your doctor.
We call ourselves niggas every day, but we can't call. I don't
You could bless you. Sorry. You see what you just did?
I don't get it.
You upset Kim's soul so much that he sneezed. And you know what that means. People sneeze in the face of foolishness. There's soul coming out. Look at what you did.
Your doctor, it's just not nice. It's not nice.
Why can we call ourselves Negroes, niggas, blacks, but we call somebody out of their regular name and then it's so bad? Oh my God.
Really? Hates it.
Really? Oh, I'm sure his German ass. Oh.
And see, I may be worse than you because I just would have been like, why didn't you just call them crackers? You know, why did you have to specify? You could.
Then you gotta talk about saltines, Ritz. What kind of crackers? What are we dealing with, man? Welcome to the Remix Morning Show, everybody. Thank you all for tuning in. Well, we get the show started off on some.
Hey, don't mess with my Triscuits.
Triscuits ain't no joke. They fuck up the roof of your mouth, but they ain't no joke.
Tear up your mouth like some Captain Crunch. Like,
yep. I know.
Especially them what is it? The sun-dried
roasted garlic.
Ooh, you know it, baby Bubba. You know it, baby Bubba.
Teeth got to be real strong.
For real.
But we're
you can only chew on one side if your teeth fucked up. Look like a squirrel. All right. Yo, welcome out everybody to the Remix Morning Show. We about to go ahead and get into our first break, and then we're going to come back with some news and all that stuff for you right here on the Remix Morning Show. Let's go. Listen up, y'all, cause this is it. It's that brand new thing called a remix, kid. Yeah, big up everybody tuning in right here, right now. I go by the name of the Ear Doctor. Thank y'all for tuning in. And please hit that like button and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Also go to patreon.com, become a member over there, and get footage that's rare. And please share like you care. All right, boom. Yo, big up to my hip-hop community. It seems like every other week we are losing one of them. So I wanted to give props out to the brother Marquise. That's right, brother Marquise coming straight out of the 2 Live crew. Yes, his real name is Mark D. Ross. And he was one of the pioneers of this Miami-based music. When we talk about acts. Now, he actually really is from Rochester, New York. Wound up moving out to California and meeting Mr. Mix, who was one of the people in the 2 Live crew. And once Mr. Mix and him got together, then they brought on Kid Fresh. And then Kid Fresh and him did their thing. And then Luke said, come on down to Florida. And then the 2 Live crew was born for real then. They got gold certified albums with the 2 Live crew is what we are. And let's not forget that if it wasn't for this crew, it would we had the whole thing with the not being able to say what we want, freedom of speech, being able to cuss and say whatever we want on albums, and then got that sticker on there. Big up to the 2 Live crew for fighting that in court. So yeah, just wanted to get his brother a shout out. He actually just made his transition in the other day, really, at the age of 58. So yeah, actually June the 3rd, the age of 58. So big up to that brother, and big up to the 2 Live crew for all they did. If you ever want to check out some of their music, they got a bunch of albums. We talking about at least 7 albums from going back from 1986 to 1998. Actually, him and Kid Fresh got together and did some albums too. And yeah, big up to them. All right, let's get back to the Remix Morning Crew. You know how we do. Yeah.
That joint in the background is one of my favorite songs.
Okay, me so horny. You better tell him, Jackie.
Yeah, you
Oh,
know.
so horny. No,
That is it.
The song that's sampled in.
Oh, the original.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Da-na-da-na. I forget the name of that song. You're gonna make me pull it up.
Firecracker.
Firecracker, exactly. Yes.
Brass construction.
Brass construction. Yeah.
Brass construction. Yeah.
Yeah, one of them.
So horny. Not anymore.
Sorry, Jackie.
that libido went down.
Down. Slow down. Easy. Y'all speeding this morning.
Mess this morning. You ain't lying. It's all Jackie fault.
Hey.
Here smiling and happy. Who does
it is. It's my fault. I'll cop to it.
I mean, so 2 Live crew served a very interesting role in hip hop history. To your point, Air Doctor, it was 2 Live crew and NWA that were seemingly targeted at the same time by politicians and their wives. I'm thinking Tipper Gore. You know, she got up there and said, my daughter was listening to Prince and Darling Nikki, and she was masturbating with a magazine. And this is just inappropriate. And fuck you, Tipper Gore, because after that, you couldn't go to Kent Mill Records and Waxy Maxis and just go buy the junk. Well, at least not where I live. They were like, you're not 18. I'm like, come on. Y'all remember having to bargain with the with the record store proprietor? Like, can you please sell me this explicit record? I know I'm 14, but so what?
Yeah, I remember like that whole legal battle, and I was like, have these people, and I remember having these conversations with my mom because, you know, just like most Black parents especially who lived in the city, like there was Richard Pryor, there was Millie Jackson, there were, you know, other very tawdry and just ribald kind of, just vulgar and debased and hilarious and really good. And I remember saying to my mom, like, I mean, hasn't music always had kind of a risque sort of aspect to it from like the oldest blues to, and she's like, she was like, and furthermore, it's my job to keep what I don't want you to hear yet from you. It's my job. Not, she was like, not that old ratchet white lady's job.
Typical.
Yeah, that was a wild time. I was like, I was like, Mom, this doesn't seem right. She's like, because it's not. It's not right.
It's not right.
I just remember moving down from Jersey to Florida in the middle of 91. And oh my goodness, that bass music has you in it all night. That's all they played, and I was up against the wall getting my
grind on.
Yeah, and that was it. That's all we had to do as guys, is just do this. And then that was the first time because there's certain dances, certain music that makes women do those gyrating reggae, Miami bass, a little bit of salsa, depends on the song. But yeah.
So I remember the 2 Live Crew video for Me So Horny. And so at the time we lived in Howard County, and like we didn't have like MTV and BET. Well, BET wasn't even a thing at that time. I don't think in 99. Well, maybe it was, but whatever. We ain't had that shit. But my relatives in Baltimore, their cable system had the box. Okay.
I remember the box.
And when I tell you that they was running that Me So Horny video back to back to back, because you could call them requests, right? So everybody apparently was requesting the Me So Horny video. And that was the first time I can remember kind of seeing women in a rap video scantily dressed, showing off their bodies. And I remember being 12, 13. And I remember kind of not knowing what to think about that, because I remember thinking, well, I don't think I look like that in a bikini. And is that bad? Am I not, do boys not want me if I don't look like, you know what I'm saying? Just the random things that come up when you have these images presented to developing minds, and kind of the questions of self-esteem that it can raise. Of course, I didn't think about it that deep at the time, but I do remember kind of having those thoughts like, oh wow, like I don't think I look like those women.
But
Am I
what's
ugly?
wild? What's wild is depending on where you from and where your location and temperature is, how you dress. Like
That's
that's looked
true.
at as scandally clad, but you look at when you go to Carnival and stuff like that, with the sisters wearing the outfits with hardly
Mhm.
anything on, and
Mhm.
down in Florida it's hot. You're gonna wear bathing suits all the time. Then you go up north, it's like, how are they dressing like this? But it's like really where you from in your culture,
Yeah.
because that's just what they did. And
Yeah.
it wasn't looked at as a bad thing, but up here in Americas, they was like, "What is this?" And that's our culture.
Yeah,
Like we talk
no,
about twerking, take it all the way back to Africa if you want to be real about it. So
eh.
anyway, that's
Jackie,
Okay,
thought.
no.
Okay,
what
okay,
I'm just
okay. No
gonna.
worries. All
you
right,
gonna leave
no
it
problem.
alone? Damn, I
Yes.
Yes,
tried to start
yes.
some shit. All right, well let me get out of here. I'll catch you on the next break. Peace.
Peace to the ear doctor. Bienvenidos, Jacqueline Lukman. How are you?
Hello,
How you?
hello, mon ami or mon amigo or no, hey
Me,
friend, what up?
mi amiga.
What up,
¿Qué
sis?
pasa? ¿Qué tal? You look gorgeous. What, you got a glow? You letting your soul
Oh
glow.
my
It's
God,
coming from the inside. I can see it.
honey, that's this combination skin. That's
It's, well, it looks great. It looks
thank
great.
you, thank
So
you.
remixers, it's that time. It's Women's Wednesdays.
Mhm.
Shout out to the other women's. Shout out to Lucretia Williams. Shout out to Ricky Ryan. Shout out to Piper
Uh-huh.
Carter. Shout out to all the women them that's down with the collective. We appreciate it. And let's get into some news.
Mhm.
Oh, no, don't let that ride in, doctor. That's my shit. You listen, you ever feel down? Play the Soul Glow commercial, y'all. It will brighten your day immediately. Long. Here, doctor, how could you tease us like that, man?
Be irritating all the stray animals in the neighborhood trying to hit that last. I know.
Let it shine through. Just can't even stretch the vocal cords that far skyward. They don't go that high. They do not go that high. It's the news time, everybody. It's the Remix Morning Show here on BPM. Shout out to the remixers. Y'all come on in here. Please engage with the content, like, share,
Mhm,
subscribe. If you
mhm.
if you care to, kick us a couple of dollars over there at Patreon. Patreon.com/Black Power Media. We only got 2 more months on punishment from YouTube, but but it's like a fine. It's like a tax. Like we on punishment,
Mhm.
and y'all gonna be broke. So fuck it. We need y'all to send that money over to Patreon. Thank you so much to everybody that took their YouTube membership over to Patreon. Kamal said that we are at an all-time high for Patreon
Oh,
support. Isn't that amazing, Jackie?
that really is amazing, and I think that speaks to a couple of things. The quality of the content on this planet. Uh, that's right. We're building our own world.
Are we Black Planet? Is we Black Planet?
Oh no, please don't bring Black
Oh
Planet.
God. Let's hear about Air Doctor's Black Planet days, kids.
Like
I know
hiding from
nothing
people.
about that.
Uh-huh.
Supposed to be meeting people and
Motherfucking tender before it was tender.
yeah.
Damn it.
You see him and you hiding behind the plant in the cafe, like, oh, hell.
Oh my God. I wonder how many dates Air Doctor walked out of because Shawty didn't look exactly the way she looked in her picture. Air Doctor said, mm-mm, that's not me. What's your name? I don't know. So, but the support is incredible, you guys. Keep it up. We appreciate the growing numbers here on the morning show and all of the other programs that are offered here on BPM. So thank you guys for helping us out. I said that's what it is. Oh shit. Okay, yeah. Y'all, I'm gonna send Ear Doctor a link, but yeah, I announced Ricky's GoFundMe.
Yeah.
Let me clarify. Let me not clear. I said it on my show last night. Ricky did not ask me to do this. Okay. So I don't want y'all to be like, well, Ricky, how come Ricky can't get? No. We gonna do that. We gonna hit our sis with the assist. So I'm gonna drop Ear Doctor the link here shortly. But the long and short of it is we are gonna help Ricky get a revolutionary ride. Jackie, if you could for a couple moments, if you don't mind, sort of going in on really the kind of work that Ricky does and how it's amazing that she does all this in this area with no vehicle.
So for those of you who don't know, I am the coordinator of the Mid-Atlantic region for the Black Alliance for Peace. Baltimore is a part of the Mid-Atlantic region. So I have watched Ricky pretty much build up that Baltimore citywide alliance with her comrades, with like literally probably in the beginning less than a handful of people who were committed to assist her build up this region. And Ricky Ryan is, I get that she's young and she got all that youthful energy because oh my God, just watching her move makes me tired. But I have to remember, like when I was her age, I was that way too. You know, every time there was something going on, a demonstration, I'm, picking up my stuff and going. But the difference with Ricky is she is an organizer. So she's not just doing stuff because it's out there. She is proactively engaging and educating our people. And she is finding new ways to do it. Just the way she and her comrades have grown Baltimore while and first, let me just say that she would not like that we are talking about her like this.
I'm sure.
She is extremely uncomfortable with it. But sometimes there are people in this work who deserve all of the, well, not sometimes, we all deserve our flowers while we're here. And especially folks who sacrifice a whole lot. If you know the situation, Erica's situation, that's all I'm going to say, because that's not for me to tell. She's doing all that she is doing a lot of times with her son in tow, a lot of times bringing her mom from where is that, just outside of Olney or wherever it is in Baltimore, not near public transportation. They get to DC as often as they can, so that's why when Baltimore has stuff, we make sure we get there as often as we can to support them. And they do all this traveling around through coordinating rides amongst themselves, and Amtrak and Mark. And every once in a while, for emergencies, we've had to get folks in Uber or a Lyft from Baltimore, and I've been glad to do it. I've been glad to do it. So there are not a whole lot of people that I would be like, yeah, dude, give them all your money and give them what you need. Give them what they need. Erica Ryan is one of those people. I love her as a person. I consider her my friend. And I love her mom. And man, you can't mess with Zion. You can't mess with that child. So yeah, if anybody deserved it, it's that sis. And I know she's crying now, so she's not posted.
Don't cry, Ricky. Cry when we pull up with the whip. That's what.
Hey, we already got it.
You know what? I'm gonna come out there. I am going to get on a plane and come down there and whoop your behind for that. That's what At least I'm pretty though.
Dear doctor, I just texted you the link to the GoFundMe. Could you kindly drop it into the chat for the folks them to find? You guys support. That's what we're saying. Support, because Ricky is because here's another reason, Jackie. I mean, to all the things that you just described, you know, when I was a working person and driving from in the middle of DC and Baltimore and having to drive to DC and having to drive back to Laurel and then got to go to Baltimore and then come back to Laurel, like all of a sudden I'm like, how did I drive 80 miles today? Like, how did this happen? So it is a lot of travel, and like Jackie said, you know, the public transportation system in this region is not great. It's not great. If you live in DC proper, yeah, you can get around. But if you were outside the Beltway inward, good luck. Good luck. You are short. So you need a vehicle. And the thing is, Jackie, you know, I was inspired to do this because I mean, I respect what the organizers do so much. And again, I know I could never, you know what I'm saying? Because you have to have a certain capacity, emotional capacity, people capacity. I lack the capacity, right? But I have tremendous respect and admiration for those that do. So Ricky does the work that I could never do, right? So all the more reason to try to support her, to help her continue to do that work that she is clearly very dedicated to. So I think honestly, Remix, this is the least we could do because Ricky's working out here to give us free out here. Okay, she out here to try to give us free. You understand? So let's raise it. We have some skilled automotive people in the collective who have volunteered their mechanic services if her vehicle, whatever vehicle requires any repairs or any maintenance. So we're going to do this together as a community. Okay. So Ricky's birthday is in the beginning of August. The goal here, I would love to have a vehicle for her by her birthday, you know, to rep that legal season the right way. You feel me? So do what you can, Fire Fam and Remixers, contribute to help get Ricky a revolutionary ride, please, and thank you.
Absolutely. Nobody is, you know, no, I don't, some people are so committed to this struggle that we really do need to help those people as much as we can stay in the struggle. Because, you know, after a while, moving the way that a lot of us do, because, you know, we don't have the kind of resources that other folks have, right? It burns you out. It burns you out. There's regular life and the bullshit that you get in real life. All of us get that, you know, with relationships and kids and jobs and, you know, parents, all that kind of stuff, health issues, all that kind of stuff. But then what you mentioned, you know, the people part of organizing, I mean, you have to go to where the people are. And you have to engage with those people. You have to talk with those people. You have to disagree with those people. You have to struggle with those people. And struggle is not a bad thing if people are, because struggle is how you grow, really. Because even if you are exposed to something that you didn't know, and it's not like done in a, you know, you're not disagreeing, you just learn something new. Well, you have to struggle within yourself to replace that reality that you thought you had with this new information. And some people are not able to do it. That's cognitive dissonance. They know that what they believe is not true now that they have this new information that is the truth, but they're so comfortable with their lie now, they can't let it go, that they're just never going to acknowledge the truth. But people who are genuine, they will struggle within themselves to uproot those backward ideas and accommodate the new ideas. And organizers help people do that. That's what we do. That is what we do. It's not even like complicated, but it can be difficult a challenge, to say the least, and just emotionally draining when you have to figure out how you are materially going to do these things when you don't have the resources that you need in the most basic way to do the work that you want to do. So
All right.
that's,
Big up to Ricky. We was able to raise $30 and get her this bike right here. So
oh,
let's keep going and keep pushing, and then we'll make it.
Yo, I hope Ricky comes to the BPM live event that we are having in DC Saturday, June the 29th. And I hope she pull up directly on you, ear doctor, on you. You know what I'm saying? And if you try to hide, I'm gonna point you out. Ricky, he down the hall. Look, he just dipped.
She ain't ready for these paws.
Well,
No, Zenzi getting on the turnpike, Shawty. It's gonna be problems waiting for
Oh, bring Zenzi. Bring her.
oh my gosh.
It's gonna be problems.
Ooh,
But
talking
anyway,
about somebody looking for a fight. Jeez.
oh,
I'm sorry.
Bachow. So anyway,
Let's get to a
Jackie,
news story. I'm
let's
sorry.
get to a news story. Let's get to a news story, you guys. Thank you all so much for being here. Like, share, subscribe. It's BPM Remix Morning Show, Women's Wednesdays. Mrs. Luke Mon, Ms. Brown over here. Where we want to go first, Jackie? Because I didn't get no sleep because my dog woke me up at 3:30 in the morning, and I have been up anyway. I'm a little bit of disarray, so I don't know what's going on. So anyway, you got to teach us this morning.
Oh my gosh.
Jackie.
Okay, so
You got to lead
um,
Sunday school this morning, Jackie. We need you to teach Sunday school this morning. Come on, Wednesday school.
Jesus is sitting quietly in the bless you, monster. Jesus is
Oh.
sitting quietly in the corner saying, "No trouble today, madam." So
And then there's the devil.
yep, there's the devil. Like, what you mean, no trouble today? Hey, no. Okay, let me get.
Let's get it.
This blew my mind. Thank you so much, Erica, for dropping the stories in the run sheet.
Yes.
And is it me or does he look a lot like Laquan McDonald?
Oh.
But this is not Laquan McDonald.
Okay.
This is another young Black target of Chicago police. Man convicted of Chicago murder based on blind witnesses' testimony sues the city and the police, as he should. This is Darren Harris. He is a Chicago man who was convicted of murder based in part on testimony from a legally blind eyewitness. And he is suing the city and the police department. A judge convicted Harris in 2014 in connection with a fatal shooting at a South Side gas station in 2011. He was 12 years into a 76-year prison sentence when he was freed in December after the exoneration project showed that the eyewitness had advanced glaucoma and lied about his eyesight issues. Harris was 30 years old when he went free.
Wow.
Harris filed a federal civil rights lawsuit in April alleging police fabricated evidence and coerced witnesses into making false statements. The Chicago Tribune reported Monday. He told the newspaper that he's still struggling to put his life back together. Of course he is. I don't have any financial help. I'm still treated like a felon, so I can't get a good job. It's hard for me to get into school. I've been so lost. I feel like they took a piece of me that is hard for me to get back.
That's
Harris,
heartbreaking.
yeah. Harris was an 18-year-old high school senior when he was arrested. The legally blind eyewitness picked Harris out of a police lineup and identified him in court. The eyewitness testified that he was riding his motorized scooter near the gas station when he heard gunshots and saw a person aiming a handgun. He also added that the scooter bumped into him. I think that means the scooter bumped into the person
doing the shooting.
I guess
the shooter is that what
I think that That's what that means.
Okay.
Harris's trial attorney asked the witness if his diabetes affected his vision. He said yes, but denied he had vision problems. What?
Probably had diabetic retinopathy, but would be
Right, but
or
it affects
glaucoma.
your vision, but you don't have vision problems? No, if it affects your vision, you do have vision problems. Okay, but the man's doctor deemed him legally blind 9 years before the incident. So this is so one
So
of those things. I'm sorry, go ahead, Ken.
no. I mean, so it's interesting because the emphasis is on the witness and accurately the unreliable testimony provided by a witness who was diagnosed as legally blind nearly a decade. Who put this witness on the stand?
Yeah.
Like this man, like this blind man didn't just walk in the court and be like, "Excuse me, hold on, I got something to say." No, a prosecutor spoke with him, prepped him, probably had to interact with him face to face. If he's legally blind, I'm sure he presented in some way is legally blind. Like the emphasis of the story or framing it on the witness, and again, it was based off the eyewitness testimony. But hello, that is malicious, piss poor ass prosecution.
And I do wonder, just from that statement where the witness said answer the question, does your diabetes affect your eyesight? And he said yes, which should have disqualified him. But for some reason, not for some reason, because the prosecution really wanted this testimony from this witness, because guess what? It was the only testimony that convicted this man. It was the only thing. They had no evidence, no solid physical evidence to convict Mr. Harris, who was a child when he was convicted, 17 years old. So this eyewitness testimony was the only solid evidence the prosecution had. So they had to use that witness. And I can't say whether they coerced him to lie or whether they forced him to lie but
all possible.
Yeah.
I wonder, was this a jury trial?
And see, that is not what, let me see. I have to go back to the article.
Because I'm like, I mean, some of that, I mean, I don't know. The way that disability is interwoven in this, it's I won't say making me uncomfortable, but confronting some interesting realities. So for example, like because of my disability, I don't have to show up for jury duty, right? So but at the same time, I think about but that doesn't mean I don't want to participate in the jury process. I wouldn't mind sitting on the jury, but what kind of juror would I be? You know what I'm saying? I don't know if a defendant would be best served with me there. However, I would be, and regardless. So, but it's like the blame is on this man for being blind, and it's like.
And not on the prosecutor for manipulating this disabled man and his disability.
So here we are with the Chicago Tribune, very happy to report to us this man's medical history. But I'm sorry, who was the prosecutor that prepped him? Who was the assistant state's attorney or district attorney that prepped him? Who prosecuted this case? Like, the focus is misdirected on why this young man was convicted, because ultimately it shouldn't be just one witness. And to be clear, police will themselves put themselves on the stand and lie about some shit, right? It didn't necessarily have to be this eyewitness, as it were.
I mean, and just the fact that eyewitness testimony has been proven, at least in this country, to be really, really shady, because a lot of white people cannot identify people of other ethnicities. That has been scientifically proven that all Asians look alike to them, all Black folks look alike to them.
To be fair, Jackie, to be fair, do we not say? Do we not routinely get our whites confused out here? Like, oh, like who is that? Is that Matt Walsh or Jordan Cheriton? I don't know who that is. Who is that? All I see is beard and glasses. Who is that?
I'm just telling you what the studies say. I don't know that white people are misidentified by other races of people as much as other races of people are misidentified by white people.
Yes.
I'm not at all saying that we don't have the all whites look alike. Yes, some of us absolutely do. But but I don't think we do that as much as they do, because I think, for them it's just like, I don't want to see y'all. I don't want to see y'all at all. So y'all are all one big problem to me.
Who did it, Mr. Johnson? They all did it.
They
Every
all
one of
did
them.
it.
All of them over there did it.
Them. I was watching last night one of my favorite white on white crime shows, those true crime shows. And this one was based in the UK. And this rich white kid stabbed his friend to death. His friend was a poor kid from the projects, but his friend was going to this, posh private school for the rich kids on a scholarship. So he made friends with some of the rich kids, and one of his rich friends stabbed him to death. Why this little boy in Britain, in the UK, when he was interviewed by the news about what happened, why did he say, oh, I don't know, I didn't see them, I don't know, I just saw a whip, and then the whip, it was silver, but I just saw it was full of black dudes.
That was a good accent, Jackie. That was
Y'all say my accent is bad? Oh my
Thank
God.
you.
No, that was pretty good. She was giving.
Thank you, Acorns TV. But
Good, isn't it?
No.
But you got folks in the UK blaming white people in the UK blaming violent crime on black folks. I mean, this is a settler colonial a disease, this misidentification, and also the wholesale condemnation of people who are not white. It's, so that's bad enough. That was a complete aside, the story about the little white kid in Britain. But anybody being convicted on the eyewitness testimony of one person, that's a problem. That is a problem. But it happens all the time. But then when we find out that the person, the eyewitness, was manipulated so that they could, so that they hid their disability, so that they could be the only eyewitness testimony, because without this person's testimony,
there's no conviction.
Never have been convicted, and he would have never gone to prison. So,
and ultimately, whomever did commit that murder,
still,
where's the, so this is why the criminal injustice system is useless. Burn it down until it's smoldering and simply ashes. It doesn't provide justice. It doesn't. There's no concept of it in its true actual form. And I feel terrible for this young man. I mean, Jackie, when we talk about getting justice, like, we see the people like the Ben Crump, right? Ben Crump, I'm gonna get justice. We're gonna get justice for this family. And okay, well, I mean, they're getting a payout, which is understandable. People should be compensated for their pain, but let's not conflate that with justice. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a different thing. So anyway, when I'm saying that to say this young man who was wrongfully convicted lost 12 years of his life, lost his entire 20s. I hope there's some compensation coming for him, but that's not justice. You know what I'm saying? That's not justice. That's a check. A check isn't justice.
Right. And unfortunately, for a lot of people who do not understand that the incarceration system, the carceral state, is a part of this larger capitalist dictatorship in this country and imperialist juggernaut in the world, they think that, they've been led to believe by Crump, and his ilk, that a payout from the city is justice. But here's the thing. Aside from the way those payouts are done that makes them unjust and not justice, because I don't think people realize who pays those payouts. The police departments never, ever pay any of those settlements. Never. There is not a police department in this country, I do not believe, that has ever paid from its budget any of the lawsuits that have been won against police departments. Who pays then?
We do.
The taxpayers of the city do. So the police are protected legally from prosecution for wrongful arrest, wrongful search and seizure, for assaulting people, physically assaulting people, causing bodily harm, killing people, lying about killing people, covering up the murders of people, vast conspiracies. And when the city is sued, when the police are found, exposed to have engaged in all of this kind of behavior, and worse, the cops who engage in the behavior are usually not fired. If they do lose their jobs, they keep their pensions, right?
Yeah,
because the police
right.
unions make sure that they do.
They get free representation. They get legal representation provided by the unions.
That's right. They get free legal representation. And very often, if they are fired from the police department where they worked when they were sued, they can get hired at another police department. So they can, meanwhile, the people, their victims are either dead or very much like this young man.
Yes.
Who was arrested at 17 for a crime he did not commit, was convicted on really just illegal and unjust testimony. I feel bad for the person, for the witness who was manipulated like that.
And to be clear, what year did this happen, Jackie? Oh wait, I may be getting this wrong. So he served 12 years. He just got out last year.
So he was convicted in 2014 for a shooting that happened in 2011.
He was convicted.
When was he released?
I'm curious, who was the Cook County prosecutor at the time? Chad, I know y'all know. Who was it? Was Kim Fox the prosecutor in Cook County in 2014?
That's a good question.
Because, on the heels of Marilyn Mosby not being sent to jail, she got a probation sentence for her her federal convictions of perjury and the like.
Yeah, I think it was Kim Fox.
When she was on her begging tour, right? She was on the Breakfast Club begging. She went on Joy and Reed show begging. She went on the other bougie show begging. She was like, if they can do this to me, then they can do this to all Black prosecutors. I'm like, girl, good.
Like, prosecutors?
Good.
I don't care about Black
Good. Miss me. Jackie, I thought she was going to be like, if they could do this to me, then they could do this to any of us. No. She didn't say any of us. Fuck us.
Right. She's like, I don't care about what we do to y'all. Because that's why I took this job. I just don't want them to do that to the Black prosecutors.
Jackie, I could show you the most heartbreaking thing. So after she got her not going to jail sentence, so they outside the federal courthouse in Greenbelt, and she let her daughter speak. She has, like, I guess the kids, maybe they look 12, 14, I don't know. And the oldest one said, and I want to grow up to be a prosecutor. I said, your parents have done a terrible, terrible job.
This is child abuse. Arrest her.
Send CPS over to the Mosbys ASAP, because I'm concerned about this child who dreams of putting people in jail when she grows up. Like, God help us. God, pray for us, because we down bad out here. Shit.
Kim Fox, what she commented on him being released
Mm-hmm. Now she may not have been the
last
Cook County
year
State's attorney.
in
I'm just ready to point
2022.
fingers. I'm just ready to point fingers. You
Yeah,
know.
in 2022.
So she had a comment about his conviction in 2022.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay.
And she cited in the article as state's attorney, or
Mhm.
state's attorney, Cook County attorney Kim Fox.
Mhm.
So I don't know.
Okay. Well,
It's not like it makes a whole lot of difference from one prosecutor to another.
absolutely not. That's what I'm saying. But Jackie, the bougies are so committed. We need black prosecutors. we need black prosecutors to put black people in jail. I mean, it's like I'm confused. I'm so confused. Help me.
Mhm.
Hey, doctor, you confused?
It's confused, bruv. Isn't it? It's like crazy, huh?
That's terrible.
Yeah.
That's terrible. That is
So
a horrible.
so I could do that, but as soon as I'm
horrible.
like, no more dark sauce, no more soy sauce, only fortune cookies. Now go.
Let me just say, it makes me
What?
uncomfortable. Let me just say that.
See, now you see the difference. I just imitated other people saying stuff, and it was cool when I did the British thing, but as soon as I do,
Air doctor, there are black British people.
Yes.
there's
Yes.
black Asians. We call them Blasians. Anyway. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're
I
gonna take.
really need some coffee now. I know. I got it. That's
Big up to all my Trinidad Asians. Speaking of Trinidad Asians, you know one of the first Asian rappers was Kid Fresh from Two Live Crew. So
I
and he
thought
was from
he
Trinidad.
was Asian,
Really? Huh.
Yeah. Grew
but
up in
I
Trinidad.
didn't know. You know.
Mhm. Well, you know.
Okay. But Asian, do we know what variety of Asian?
You're going a little too far now.
Why? What?
What variety of black are you?
Unfortunately, Black American. You know what I'm saying? Or USian, as you know, the proper folks say. But I mean, it is what. But I'm saying, I mean, Asians are not a monolith, right? Like Korean culture is not Japanese culture, it's not Chinese culture, it's not Vietnamese culture, it's not Cambodian, not Laotian, not all that. All them Jones is different.
Oh, and then you have different groups within. You have different groups of people in Vietnam, different groups of people in Laos. People in the mountain regions are different from the people in the city regions. Yeah, it's very.
You got
very
Southern
diverse.
blacks, you got West Coast blacks, you got North blacks, you got Caribbean blacks. I mean, same thing with us, right?
No, because we all speak the same language, number one, and
So we
then
patois in Jamaican. When we talk about no, we don't. Come on,
we do.
Louisiana, no, we don't.
What?
We do.
No, we do.
Come on, man, we don't say the same words. Stop playing.
That's dialect. That's regional dialect.
That's dialect and colloquialism, but that's not language.
We share a baseline language.
Well, that's not.
Okay,
No.
I learned something new today.
Like I can go to down to North and South Carolina and go to Gullah Geechee communities, what's left of them, which is a very, very sad and enraging reality. And I can walk up to those folks, have a conversation, and their accent is thick. Yes, they're
big time.
Yeah, the colloquialisms or whatever they use it, but I can have a conversation with them.
That's right.
If I go to Laos and roll up on some Afro-Laotians, I cannot have a conversation with them because they speak a completely different language that is not at all like this thing that we were forced to speak.
Right. Well, let me take you to the SWATs in Atlanta and see what you understand their language.
To your point,
What?
Southwest Atlanta.
He's not wrong necessarily in what he's saying because my younger brother was born in West Memphis, Arkansas. He was raised in Memphis, Tennessee, and outside of Memphis, Tennessee. We were 15 years apart. When my brother would come visit me, I'd have to ask him to repeat himself.
What? What?
Can you say that again? I need you to say it slower. I said, I'm like, oh, I could not. We really had we had some problems.
Curbing on curbing.
Sure.
Pick up to Memphis, yo. They are
Yo.
different. I love it. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a quick break, and then we're gonna come back, let y'all get y'all next news story up, and
Shout out
right
to Sister
here.
Erica. Thank you.
Yeah, she's lacing us as usual. Big up to the Houston area. Speaking of, let me talk about a Houston artist right here on the Remix Morning Show.
Sweet.
Yeah. What's good, everybody? Welcome out. This is the Remix Morning Show. Please hit that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Go to patreon.com, become a member over there, get footage that's rare, and share. Like a care. All right, boom. Listen, you know we like to have a little fun around here. At the same time, give you news that you can always use in your life and benefit you in your day-to-day. So please continue to support us as we continue to come on every Tuesday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. and support you. And also get ready for the end of this month, as Kim talked about, we'll be doing a Remix All-Star Live in the DC area. So y'all get ready for that. Flyers will be out by next week. But speaking of Houston and artists, let's talk about this one sister that has blessed us, literally. She goes by the name of Yolanda Adams. Now, let me tell you a little bit about Yolanda Yvette Adams, gospel singer, actress, host of her own morning gospel show. She's a best-selling gospel artist of all time, having sold over 10 million albums worldwide. Man, in addition to having multi-platinum status, she's won 4 Grammy Awards, 4 Dove Awards, 5 BET Awards, 6 NAACP Image Awards, and 6 Soul Train Music Awards. I mean, she got awards. I'm talking about 16 Stellar Awards. First gospel artist to win a Grammy Award for Best Gospel Song, and also the first gospel artist to be awarded the American Music Award. Man, this is the right here coming straight out of Houston, Texas, right now at the age of 62. Started off as a model. Yes, she started off as a model and a school teacher. But after doing that, she said, listen, I gotta sing for the Lord. And that is what she did for the rest of her life. Also doing books, putting out a book, being on a morning show, putting out like 15 albums. So big up to this sister because she's doing it. She's been doing it and she's still doing it. And I just wanted to show love and appreciation to the sister for her consistency. You know what I mean? So big up to Yolanda Adams. Now, let's get back to our sisters right here on the Remix Morning Show. Let's go.
I got the victory, yeah. And if you have the victory, sing along.
Yeah, there go Jackie.
Okay. Bring it home, Sister Jacqueline. Hallelujah.
No, because then if I do, I'll start shouting, and people don't like that kind of shit.
No. I used to love seeing my mom catch the Holy Ghost. Oh my God. I mean, I was scared a little bit, but just seeing all the sisters in the church catch the Holy Ghost and that organ song, and then all the ushers come out with their fans and start fanning them. And
What denomination was you? Where was y'all?
Baptist.
Oh, okay.
Christian Baptist Church up in Jersey, and my uncle, who was the pastor of the church, was from Alabama, so he brought it. He had that cadence and everything.
Who be talking in tongues? Is that the Kojics?
Oh, that's a whole bunch of misguided people. That's a whole bunch of
my bad.
misguided people who doing shit that's not in the scripture again. But no, but I remember one time I was at church with my grandma, and so people were a couple of folks, the same people who catch the Holy Spirit every service at the same time at the exact 11:52.
God told them that at 11:52 they was gonna catch the Spirit,
11:52 every Sunday. The Holy Spirit hit Miss Lucy. Hey, you heard? And the next thing you know, she was up and running.
Oh, here go Lucy again. Here goes Lucy.
It's performance, though. You gotta love it.
And I said to my grandma, and my grandmother, who was low-key shady, just excellently low-key shady, she just sitting there completely straight face. Miss Lucy done caught the Holy Spirit again. Go ahead, Miss Lucy. Now, my grandmother's expression did not change. She had a hat on. Go ahead, Miss Lucy. Go ahead, run, child,
Let the
run.
Lord
ahead.
take control.
And then
And
she chuckled to herself. That's how I
Right.
knew she was throwing shade. And she was like,
The
and she was like,
translation is look at this front dramatic ass bitch in church.
right.
This
Always
bitch
went
out
on
here.
attention.
And she just sitting there, run it out
Oh,
for the
shit.
Lord, Miss Lucy. And then I looked at her and I said, Grandma, did she catch the Holy Spirit? She said, oh yeah, she caught the Holy Spirit. I was like, was the Holy Spirit running from her? My
shit.
grandmother bust out laughing in church. She bust out
Did she catch it because the Holy Spirit was running from her, away
from
from her?
her.
Yeah,
I
she
was like,
had to
was the
catch
Holy
it.
Spirit running? Do you have to chase it? I don't.
was Mama Brown ever catch the Holy Ghost?
I
Holy
have never
Spirit?
seen my mother catch the Holy Ghost.
Oh.
My mom is reserved, we'll say. I mean, she has exuberance. Like, for example, if y'all were to play the Barkays Holy Ghost, she might catch the Holy Ghost.
Oh yeah,
Like,
we all
like
Gotta put
catch
some
the
there.
Holy
funk in
Ghost.
it. You gotta put some funk in the Holy Ghost.
You put some Bootsy on, you put some Parliament on. My mother's gonna catch the ghost. She gonna catch, she will remind you that she is a funketeer out here. But I wanted to say this about Yolanda Adams. Yolanda Adams has the only gospel song that will break me down crying, like big time crying. The battle is not yours.
Oh,
I can't even
come
hear.
on.
I can't even listen to it because I will start weeping. Like, I was like, Jesus, please take the will. The battle is not yours, it's the Lord's. And she sings it so beautifully and so powerfully. Like you, if you're not moved, beloved, I don't even care what your denomination is, if you believe or don't believe. If you're not moved off that performance, sheesh.
Man, you know who I seen live?
Who?
What take me to the King.
Oh, Tamala, man.
Oh my
that
God!
was,
When I seen her, I did the Essence Festival, and they had Sunday. It was an all gospel day, and man, she came and did that. I was like, wow, she broke it down right there. That
and then I'm sorry,
Marvin Sapp.
Oh,
come on now. And I'm
Marvin
sorry,
Sapp. What's
open
that?
up my
What's that? Oh, he said, "Don't get Jackie started." This is like hip hop for Jackie with me.
Jackie about to start buzzing out a playlist. I got some
Never would have
jams.
made it.
What?
That right there?
Come
What?
on.
Never could have made it.
That is really excellent.
Yeah, that was
Could
good, Ear
have lost
Doctor.
it all.
My homeboy, my friends got married to that. Actually, they got coming down the aisle to that, and they was praising the Lord. They was doing all kinds of shit. But yeah,
Yeah, man.
I ran
Y'all
down
done took
that
me
aisle
to church
Mary.
this Wednesday.
what's the name of the gospel awards? The Stellar Awards. So I
Stellar
don't keep
Awards.
up with gospel music, but I do try to catch the Stellar Awards because it's gonna be some singing, like singing. Like what? Fuck the Grammys, American Music Awards. All that
That's
shit is
singing.
bullshit. Okay, like
Right.
the Stellar
right.
Awards. If you
And
want to
the
see
Dove Awards.
the singing, oh, it's at the Stellar Awards all time.
Man.
Yeah, and believe it or not, the Dove Awards, which is like the white gospel awards, the whites have stepped
Whites
up
got
their
gospel
singing game.
Oh,
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm
Come
telling
now.
the whites
Come now.
they have been
Never would
studying.
have made it without
Oh, they don't
you.
sing that. No.
Oh, no?
No, they ain't doing that.
No, they transition.
It's CCM for them. It's what's that? Their favorite
Christian contemporary music. The whole
Yeah.
my God is an awesome God.
Damn, look at it clap. That clap ain't even right.
Exactly.
I told y'all, I tried to bring an example here on the morning show. I couldn't find the example that I had witnessed live on television. Y'all, they got a white Kirk Franklin, okay? And then the whoever the white Kirk Franklin is got his little group together. They clap it on beat and everything, okay? Like I'm like, well, someone has studied here, like, because I know y'all didn't. I said white people ain't clapped in church on beat in 1,000 years. Like, I know.
Well, you know what? I got to tell you, being in the South, if you want to see some serious hooting and hollering and shouting and get out the way, you are gonna get run over. You go to a white Pentecostal church in the South. Go. And a white Baptist church too. An old white Baptist shoe.
I've never seen the white express. Maybe because I've only been to Catholic church. Like
no, not that at all. But you know, I was thinking about something. And and I'm glad you brought up Yolanda Adams, ear doctor, because I remember when she first came out, the big talk among Christian circles about her was that her dresses were too tight.
She was a model.
I-
And she from
Yep.
Houston. I mean,
Hello?
come on.
Yep, they were, and I remember, man, I remember almost duking it out with people. I mean, I was always causing trouble with people in church, but they're like, oh my God, she just has a voice of an angel, and the songs are so inspiring. She's clearly blessed by God, but she needs to wear looser clothes. And it's like, wow, y'all have not graduated from Mahalia Jackson that much, have you?
No, that
Because
body
that
got the
was,
best
because
like that.
if you know the story of Mahalia Jackson, that was the criticism to her, that she was so ample bosomed that they didn't want her performing in a regular dress. She had to wear a choir robe.
Oh my God.
Mhm.
It's her fault she got big boobs. So she
It's-
has to cover herself to stop other people from ogling her. The
It's-
responsibility is on her to cover and be modest, because of course you're gonna get ogled. Get out my
It's always our
Don't
fault.
start.
It's
Don't start,
always
Kim,
our fault.
please. Don't
Hey,
don't
doctor,
start.
because I'm tired. You know how
I
old
get it.
I mean, it's exhausting.
I get it. You just gotta realize that a lot of men just don't know how to control themselves.
But what does that say, doctor?
That says
What are we
that they're boys posing as men just because of their age, and they don't know how to control themselves. Therefore, you got to wear 3/4 clothing because we don't know how to not look at women without being like,
Here, doctor. Here, I got
That's
a
what it
quote.
is.
I got a quote of Jay-Z. So this can't be life.
It
This can't be love.
is.
It
Listen,
is
it's so.
life.
This can't be right.
This is
This
life.
got to
It
be us,
is.
Lord. Like, what
This
is the world?
this
And
is
I'm
life, yo.
just like, y'all, you just suffer. I mean, if you go ogle, if you can't control yourself, then suffer, because I
Mm.
can't help you. I'm not gonna help you.
Yeah,
Nope.
especially if you're in hot conditions. It's like, yo, they gotta they gotta be cool too. I mean, shit, we can walk
Mm.
around to the beach with just some trunks on, and we all right.
Oh,
We all right.
and real quick, this just the last thing before we hop on to the next actual news story. Yes, I know that speaking in tongues is in the Bible, but what it says is that people should speak in tongues only when there is someone there to interpret it. Because if there's not someone there to interpret it, how will the people who don't speak in tongues know what the person who's speaking in tongues is saying? That's what it says in the Bible about speaking in tongues.
The more
That's
you know.
Right. Big up to Robin C. Said, nah, ear doctor, that's misogynistic, terrible take. You better than that. I'm talking about American and European culture, not mine.
No, I
Big up.
think they might have been talking about, what you said about the women have to cover up in 3 and 4 layers because men are going to ogle and
Yeah, that's not of our culture. That's of another people's culture.
okay,
So
well, I mean, I happen to live in this culture. So when you
yeah, I
say it's
mean,
not
but
our culture, I mean, sure, it may not be of us and born of us, howsomever, you
so are we
know.
trying to get away from living a culture that wasn't ours? I thought we
Yes.
was. Well, so
Yes.
why can't people catch up? Am I the only one that's like in
But
front
see,
of the
ear
race here?
doctor, so you're stating what is, and that's true, but how can
Hmm.
we, if you're saying that this is how it is, this is how these, males behave, boys and men, but so do we get out of that? Like, is that just in perpetuity forever until
Hmm.
Armageddon?
forever,
Like,
forever, ever,
Forever,
forever,
ever,
see,
forever, ever.
that's where I get so despondent and start screaming and pulling out my hair, because I'm like, no, like this, don't this end? I'm almost 50. Like, why? I don't
Are
understand
we
why
al-
this is still
are
happening.
we always saying the end of Babylon? This is Babylon, ain't it?
I'm get off
Yeah.
the phone, man. I don't want to talk to you.
All right. I know I make sense. Just people are slow. That's all. I'll catch y'all later.
I'm a be slow then. Shit. What's up, remixers? Thank you guys so much for rocking with us. Shout out to Sister Erica. Erica, I don't know what you just said here, girl, but shout out to you. We love you, Erica. Thank you, Sister Erica. Erica Brown, Sister Erica. We got Jacqueline Lukemon, Kim Brown, Women Wednesdays, Remix Morning Show, BPM, remixers. If y'all didn't hit that like, see, here's the thing. I want Women's Wednesdays to get more likes than the other show days, okay? Because we need some external validation in order to justify. You know, that so like us a lot on here, if you guys don't mind. Comment, share, subscribe, do all the things. Jacqueline, you leading today's Wednesday service tonight's. What happens on Wednesday? Wednesday is Bible study, right? Usually.
Yes, for most churches. But some churches do Tuesday, Thursday, and my dad's church is Tuesday night. Down in Fayetteville. Yeah. Yeah. I've soured on Bible study.
Yeah. Listen,
Yeah.
I read the Bible as a child. I've read the Bible a couple times. And I mean, there's a lot I disagree with. and I was confused. I like because you know when you're a kid and you're getting that entry level indoctrination, they give you the children's Bible, right? You get a children's version of the Bible, right, with all the stories and the pictures and all the white folks. And I'm like, everybody in this book is fucking white. Like, what am I missing?
Yep. Yeah.
Y'all showing me the map of Mesopotamia, and I said,
right.
how is everybody in Mesopotamia got blue eyes and shit and straight hair? What the fuck am I?
You're all blonde.
Right. I had issues with the way the religion was being presented with me early, but obviously I lack not the intellect. I lack the vocabulary, and certainly I was challenged in my reduced position as a child. You can't be asking adults no questions about religion. Now, girl, you don't believe in Jesus? Oh, well, then you going to hell. I said, oh shit. Well, I believe. Let me get right there.
Right. It's like that really. I don't know that they really thought about the Christians. I mean, really thought about their whole marketing campaign. You know, follow us or burn in hell. I know, just like shit.
It's like, okay.
What's the upside for me?
Other than because I'm reading about at the same time I'm reading my children's Bible, I'm reading about Greek mythology, right? So I was well apprised of Hades and the river Styx and the carrion and the coins on the eyes,
the ferrymen, and the
Yep. And I'm like, so if I don't believe in Jesus, am I going to Hades? Like I was in confusion.
So who pays my toll to get across the river? And at what point does Jesus show?
Right. Is Jesus Zeus? Who's Zeus? Is that God? Right. I'm confused. Is Jesus Apollo?
Right. Is God Zeus and Jesus Apollo? Then if that's true, who's the third Greek Trinity?
Well, so Mary would be Hera. No, who was Zeus's his bottom bitch? Was it Hera?
Oh,
who was the goddess?
That was a long time ago.
She was very jealous.
That was
of course they
BC.
always make what?
I said, yeah, that was BC a long time ago.
Lord have mercy. I mean, let me.
You got a story, Jackie.
Have we talked about Diddy enough? Do we want to talk about Diddy some more?
No.
Okay.
Well, wait, is there an update?
No, I don't think it was.
Oh, okay. You know, okay. Well,
I don't know. Did we grand jury may soon hear from Sean Combs's accusers. Yes, no?
Yes.
All
yes.
Right. Let's see.
MCs have the gall to pray and pray for my downfall. They pray. They pray. They pray and pray for my downfall. Whoa, let's go, Jackie. Give us the latest.
All righty. A federal grand jury may soon hear from Sean Combs' accusers. There's something wrong with that dude's neck. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, federal investigators are preparing to bring accusers of music mogul Sean Diddy Combs before a federal grand jury. Two sources familiar with the probe tell CNN, signaling the U.S. Justice Department is moving toward potentially seeking an indictment of Combs. Possible witnesses have been notified by investigators that they could be brought in to testify in front of a federal grand jury in New York City, according to one source, bringing individuals who have filed civil lawsuits against Combs before a grand jury would mark a significant escalation in the government's ongoing investigation involving the producer and Bad Boys Records founder. Combs has been named in 8 civil lawsuits since November, 7 directly accusing him of sexual assault. One of the 8 lawsuits filed by former girlfriend Cassie Ventura has been settled. Another lawsuit accuses his son, Christian Combs, of sexual assault, and Sean Combs is accused of aiding and abetting. Declined to comment, not prepared for testimony. One source said investigators are being thorough and taking their time to ensure that an indictment, should there be one, is bulletproof. Yeah, okay. And okay. I don't think there's anything else in here that you hadn't talked about before, but I find it interesting. Now, I don't want anyone to take this the wrong way. I'm not saying that Sean Combs should not be punished. He should be run down with a horse and carriage. And I mean, repeatedly, just
jail's too good. It's too good for him. I don't want him to go to jail.
Yeah.
I want other things to happen to him.
Yeah, I do. I want, yeah.
But if he goes to jail,
I do wonder though, is it me or, oh, I hate to sound like that person.
Say it, Jackie.
I'm looking at a level of enthusiasm chasing after Sean Combs. It's weird. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. This is the thing. I'm very uncomfortable with this thought. So I'm willing to kind of struggle with myself here. I'm like, it looks like y'all are really like high-fiving yourselves going after this guy. And I'm not saying that he shouldn't be punished. Of course he should be punished. Yeah. But it just feels like a sport to me. I don't know.
Interesting. That's an interesting way to put it. I think because, again, we are in new times. Men of past generations who were prolific abusers, known abusers, like they just got to live their lives and die happy, comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Now we're in a different period of reconciliation, and you know, we can have discussions on whether or not is this the appropriate way to hold him accountable. Well, I mean, you never know. Let's keep this religious, Jackie. You don't know how God's going to punish you. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
You do not know the ways in which all of your misdeeds will be held to account, you know, and exposed. And I think this is super interesting for someone like Diddy. But what I really appreciate is the bigger picture that this helps to illustrate, right? It's not just Diddy, you know, singularly doing terrible things. There's a lot of little ditties. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of regular ass 9-to-5 ass fucking ditties. Okay. I think we would be better served also trying to root those folks out, because those are the folks that are harming people close to us in our communities, right? So, but I don't know. I'm shocked Diddy's still around. Like, how come this nigga ain't go to Bali? Like, don't Russell got a spot? Russell ain't got a room for you in Bali, sir. Like, I'm so confused. Like, why Diddy is hanging around waiting for this grand jury to come down. Nigga, you are in trouble. Okay.
Yeah.
You're in trouble. Okay. And at the moment, you're not in trouble. I don't think no one's holding up your passport or nothing. I would bounce.
Yeah. And I don't, you know, it's these, every time we have this conversation about abuse, it is almost always the impetus was some celebrity being, and I can't even say caught, because it's not like Diddy and all of the people around him were like really doing a good job to hide any of this. Because haven't rumors about this man and his entourage been circulating for years, haven't they? I mean, so it's not, people haven't, this wasn't a secret. This wasn't, so I find it interesting that now is the, but I mean, I guess, when there's a videotape evidence of you assaulting someone, you can't keep ignoring that person.
That's the first tape, Jackie.
That right. And if more tapes come out, then it's going to be like, well, how y'all had all this evidence, what the hell did you, I mean, but the thing that does bother me is that, like what you said, we always have these conversations about celebrities, and that always obscures the ways that regular people are abused
That's right.
in our communities. We never talk about that, and a lot of times it's not like, the all out physical dragging women by the hair, women beating men with frying pans and things like that. Yes, those things do happen, but a lot of times our people are in mentally abusive relationships. They're in psychologically abusive relationships. They're being, neglected or denied care, and all kinds of, they're being isolated from their families. They're being gaslit and manipulated, thinking that, their self-esteem being broken down by people that who claim they love them.
Yeah.
And then they change who people are. Because now, instead of people developing into who they are intended to be, now they're the product of this trauma, right? And what we see what that produces, right? It produces dysfunctional people who end up in dysfunctional relationships with each other. We don't talk about any of that stuff under the surface of the iceberg when a celebrity gets caught, with physically abusing people. But what about everything else under the surface that our people live with every day? When we going to start having serious conversations about that?
Yes, absolutely. And I think there has to be a willingness of cooperation to have these discussions. Again, someone left a comment under my video, Kim, you do you have solutions, or do you just spend your time bashing black men? And I said, I said that's a valid critique. That's a valid response, because I suppose it does look like that's what I do, but I'm black. You understand? Like, everyone who has put hands on me and violated me has also been black. So am I not supposed to say something about that? Am I supposed to, in the spirit of trying to protect the reputation of our brothers, our good brothers, am I supposed to deny my own experiences and the experiences of almost every woman I know? You know what I mean? So yeah, I will, and I do, and I hate that I even do this. Like, I will highlight the white predator on my show, but I do that really to shut people the fuck up, because people really think that I'm just out here trying to bash black men. No, my content is for my community. You understand? Like, yeah, we know that white men are terrible, the Asian men be terrible, the harmful people. You understand? So everybody has harmful folks within their own community. I hope those respective communities are trying to collect those harmful people. But I'm black, so I talk about black folks, and I even talk about black women who have been harmed or who are themselves predators and harmful folks to especially more vulnerable people under them. So to start, I don't have solutions, but I also very clearly recognize the challenges that we have in even broaching these topics, because usually not always, but sometimes just the response from our guys is just like, yeah, that's terrible. I know, nigga, I know it's terrible. like I mean, I need a, okay, what's after it's terrible? What is, how do we advance the conversation beyond that?
Yeah, I mean, for a solution, we need to be a community, and we're not. We are a product of the settler colonial system, in which we were forced to prop up, to build up, right? To cultivate. We are the product of settler colonial indoctrination. And look, this is not to say that people don't have relationship issues in every relationship. That just because people disagree on things, and that's a normal human thing. Abuse is a different kind of situation, particularly when we're talking about romantic relationships, where the purpose in a capitalist society of a romantic relationship is to find a mate who can provide for your material needs. And that is primarily for women. That is entirely a settler colonial a European construct that women don't have our own. We don't have our own agency. We must be taken care of by men. So then on the other side of that, if women have the burden in a patriarchal white supremacist settler colonial culture, if women have the burden of having to be taken care of because we are presumed not to be capable of taking care of ourselves, right? On the other side of that, there is the dictate on men to be able to provide for women, which means men are supposed to be out here grinding and making all this money. And if a man doesn't make enough money to provide for a woman, then he's worthless. Like society says he's worthless. But also, women look at him as worthless because that's the way the capitalist, settler, colonial, patriarchal society constructs relationships between men and women. It's for a transaction. It's not a relationship. It's not two people getting to know each other and their passions and their likes. It's, can you give me what I need and what I want? Are you going to respect me because I can give you what you need and what you want? And if there is any like imbalance or disagreement in that in either end of the transaction, you get what we got, which is really fucked up relationships. Real fucked up
But
relationships.
see, I want to ask. I
Slow
want to
clap for
push.
you, Jackie.
Well, hold on, but I want to push back a little bit on that, Jackie, because the concept of what you're describing of women not capable, or like the way the society has constructed, right,
Society, yeah.
right. But that sounds like you're describing white women. Like, I don't know a point in our history in which Black women haven't worked and
No, no,
haven't
no.
had to provide. You know what I mean? And if I'm thinking of all the Black women I know, I maybe only know 2 or 3 kept women. Like every other Black woman I know worked and has had to work, and they mamas work and they grandmamas work. Like, so this concept that women are, so somewhat framed as incapable, that sounds like some white fragility, because you can't be talking about Black women. You know what I'm saying? And you can't be talking about Latina women out here. Like, we go out here and have had to get it. Like, our labor has always been exploited, and we have not had the luxury of having, and it could be there's not many in the pool that are able to provide materially in the way that you're discussing, but that's not been my understanding of Black women's expectations of, or hetero Black women's expectations of a man, because whether or not the man show up and provide or not, you got to go out there and get it, period.
I
Okay,
get that
so
point, and the slow clap I gave for Jackie was the fact that I've been trying to say this is not our culture, and
But you
we are
say that, dear
trying,
doctor, but that doesn't
because
absolve us,
we keep
though.
acting like it's our base. Like this is where this is what we working off of. No, this is something that's been indoctrinated to us. Like this is something that's been thrown at us, and we're living it, and then we're trying to figure out how to fix a cracked bowl. This ain't That's so how Jackie just put it. It's like, yeah, that's how the framework of how it's looked at. This is how it's supposed to be. And if you're not able to live up to these standards, then you're not considered a man. And it's like that. There's no doubt
What
about
are
that.
the standards, though?
and
I'm
well,
just curious.
I just well look, let me explain first of
Mhm.
all. I was not describing the reality of any women.
Hmm.
What I was
Mhm.
describing was the white supremacist, settler colonial, patriarchal, capitalist formulation
Hmm.
of what a family is supposed to be, why it exists, why it
Mhm.
is considered the foundation of society, this nuclear family, because it's transactional. That is the model for and really I got it out of Engels' Origins of the Family, because I'm a communist and I read that kind of shit. So when a society is based on developing relationships that are based on providing for material needs of people, then that family or that unit, whatever it is a part of the capitalist system. It's a commodity.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's not an organically formed, and truly in all societies, people get together as family units to meet whatever needs they have.
Mm-hmm.
But in a capitalist society, when no one's physical needs, no one's human rights needs are being met, housing, healthcare, education, clean environment, then the things that people need to have met become way more primary to survival than, choosing who you want to marry, because, you got some land, and, maybe this other family has some land, and maybe y'all can get together and connect your farms or whatever. Some other reason other than, if I don't have my needs met, I'm probably going to die on the street. Right? So this is the way a family, the nuclear family, is designed to operate in the capitalist system. It's not designed to operate for us to get to know each other and enhance each other in a spiritual or a cultural way. It is literally so that two people can get together and make a bunch of babies to continue to feed the capitalist system.
Mm-hmm.
So that the woman can stay at home and stay in the kitchen. If the man makes enough money for his wife to stay at home and stay in the kitchen so she can keep the house. So, and really what that means is she can have all of his babies and she doesn't have to work. And the babies he has to make enough money so that the babies are cared for. They all of that. That's not a reflection of the reality of Black women. Oh, I know we've never not worked,
Mm-hmm.
right? All oppressed women have to work. That's why we're triple exploited, right? But that is the way the capitalist system envisions, or that's how it uses marriage and relationships and families to benefit itself and to still exploit the people in the system. Right?
Yeah.
Because when you see your relationship or your partner as a commodity instead of a person, someone who can take you to the next level, yeah, that's dysfunctional as fuck.
One of the reasons I'm divorced, not enough money from the man. Hey, it happens. That's real deal shit right there. That's why I had to give a slow clap. All right, I guess we could go ahead and take a quick break. Y'all are breaking it down today. We got over 600 people live checking us out today, so big up to all the remixes. We got about 16 more minutes left. Kim, you look like you have more to say. No? Yes? No?
Kind of, but Jackie blew my mind, so I got to reorganize my thoughts.
I love it. I love it. And I love that we can have these conversations because we do, we might not all agree, but after having these conversations and talking it out, we can see where we might have thought we could think a different way sometimes and a different perspective. Let me
A
just say that.
perspective, yeah. Because even to Jackie's point about the whole nature of relationships under capitalism being transactional, so people can meet and procreate and I guess provide more workers for the system. Look at the abortion laws that we have on the books now. Look at how it's naked. It's obvious. It's blatant. Like the system needs workers. And you women, whether or not you're single, whether or not you married, whatever. Oh, like don't live in a state like Missouri where if you're married and pregnant, you can't even divorce your husband legally, no matter your situation, right? So either way, women always are getting the short end of the fucking stick. And yes, I understand it's hard for brothers, and I don't diminish that. I don't dismiss that at all. I know it's hard for brothers out here. I know the expectations to perform masculinity and what society deems as maleness. That's a lot of pressure. That's why our brothers have high blood pressure, hypertension in part, right? Like, Bro Diallo has pointed out that the instances of suicide amongst men are exponentially higher than they are amongst women, right? So I understand that there are pressures on the mandem, but I don't know if we mutually understand each other's pressures. And I feel like sometimes there's a lot of finger pointing about
Yeah.
who has it worse. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Exactly. That
Yes,
part right
agreed.
there. That part right
Absolutely agreed. And
Mhm.
and the thing is, I don't offer that as like the answer to the issue of interrelational abuse. That's not if
I know what you mean.
if there is an answer, it's and I shouldn't have put it that way. The answer is we need a different society.
Yes.
The entire society that we live in has to be rebuilt
Mhm.
from the ground up with a people-centered human rights focus, with a focus of communalism. Everybody in the community is on equal ground. Everybody in the community is on equal ground. Everybody in the community has a role to play in keeping and protecting the community and the people in the community. And there's a way we handle conflict in the community, because people are people and people are going to do stupid stuff
Yes.
to each other.
And I think we
Right?
have to adjust to the day and time because there's a lot of things changing. We need a society of ma'at.
It can be my aunt. I'm cool. See, this is what
that
people.
was just a throwback to my old college days when we had the society of ma'at, realizing
That's
the
fine.
society.
Okay, I
So
know. You know, it can be anything.
Ma'afi. All right. Kamafi, the society of Kamafi. You see how Kamafi's chilling? You know what I mean? That's what we
What's his
need.
name? What's his name again?
Kamafi.
Why are you doing the British pronouncing of the th?
Kamafi.
Do you just use that Kamafi?
See, look. She jumped up.
But
See,
see,
ya,
It's a he.
he's a man back there. Look at all that's a big
Is he a
man.
man? Is he?
He's a man dog.
Man.
Mr. Kamafi, he's a good boy.
Oh, my
Kamafi's a good
goodness.
boy. Yes, he's a good
He's a
boy.
Man, I love the
good
show,
boy.
y'all.
He's
And I
waiting
love
for
y'all
his beer.
for coming through and bringing these great facts and conversations. All right, so I guess we got a couple minutes. Let's take a real quick break and let y'all get one more story in.
Ooh,
Can we
hey,
do that?
doctor,
Yeah.
can you play the thing I sent you with the 12-year-old rapping the Palestinian child? Check
You
your
don't,
text. I sent you a tweet.
you don't send me stuff. You think you send me stuff, but
That's
then
what
you
y'all
be.
say, and then y'all find it and be like, "Oh, there it is."
Oh, yeah.
Oh, come on, man. We'll play this tomorrow.
Okay.
It's too much work right now.
Okay. All right. No worries.
I mean,
It's fine. Ear
I'm in the
doctor.
middle of a transition here.
I know you're good. You're good. I just wanted to see how quick you was on the fly, but not so good.
Not-
That's fine.
Oh,
And now you know.
All right. My bad, ear doctor. You know I'm a big jerk out here,
Oh my
so my
God.
apologies.
All right, it's all good. Let's take a quick break right here on the Remix Morning Show. Let's go.
Woo! Hey.
Let's do it. Remix on the remix right here.
Sun is shining, the weather is sweet.
Sing it.
Make you want to move
Yo, what?
your dancing feet
Say what?
to the rescue.
Woo!
Here I am. Want you to know, y'all, where I stand.
Yo, real quick remix on the remix. I hope y'all feeling that right there. Let me take you to a time. This time was 1973 off of the album African Herbsman, Bob Marley, off his song Sun is Shining. Mixed with a little bit of 1991 off of the album Sports Weekend, 2 Live Crew, and that is Pop That Coochie. But you know what the other C was a P, but you know, anyway. All right, big up to these two, and let's get back to the Remix Morning Crew. Yeah. I know you hate me, Kim. I know you
I
hate me.
mean,
I hate it because it was good, dog. Like, I mean,
Exactly.
come on, the sun
Exactly.
is shining, make you want to move your dancing feet over that pop that
Like,
coochie. Show do.
Yes.
I was like, what did he just do to Bob Marley? Damn it.
Yes,
Oh,
damn it, I can't stop my feelings.
I
Ah.
never thought that Bob would
that's
work good over
disrespectful.
some motherfucking 2 Live Crew, and that shit jammed,
Hey.
doctor. That
Yes.
was good.
Hey, that's the thing
Almost
about music,
sacrilege.
bringing different people together, and that's what these mixes are
Almost
all about.
sacrilege, but
Almost,
Oh,
almost.
I love that
Because
song.
we
Sun is
couldn't
shining.
have a
One of my
nation if
favorites.
that coochie wasn't popped. So
That's right. You tell him, doctor. Face
that's
down, butt up. That's the
the
way.
way we like to.
boy.
You take the daddy, check up, doodle brown.
Oh man, don't get me started. Man, that's some
Yeah,
revolutionary
I
music.
mean, Jackie, y'all, come on. How could you leave the club dry? Impossible. Impossible. When they
Nah.
fucking drop Doodoo Brown, if you on the wall, unicorn ball, you better
Yes.
hit your ass on that dance floor.
Yeah. And you know what the thing is, I was talking to my brother last night about how spiritual music is, and he was talking about go-go. And I plan on going into a go-go when I come up there at the end of the month. And I've never been. So I'm just like really amped to see it. Even when we talked about gospel music, Catching the Holy Ghost, we talking about go-go music, how the live feel brings everybody in the room into it instead of people just being in their pockets on their phones and blah blah blah. And then to you know, this music, man, it's a beautiful thing.
Right, baby.
Mhm.
Yes, looking forward. Jackie,
Yeah.
you coming to the go-go?
No,
All
no. She
righty.
said no, no.
Don't they got a gospel go-go? We're gonna take it. No, I don't want to go to
No,
that.
it's
I
not.
mean, shout out to
Y'all
gospel
don't. Didn't I already explain to you how I got to do concerts in my
Yeah.
beyond middle age?
Gotta be a chair.
It
Gotta be
don't. It
chairs.
don't got nothing to do with Jesus. These knees are not going to anybody's concert where they got to stand up. Nope.
stand up.
As
Got it.
soon as Jackie walking, she like, "Where's the chairs?
Where's the
What are we
chair?
doing?"
Hey,
Bring
just-
my little lawn chair with me on my shoulder. Take it on out.
All right.
I mean, to give you an indication of the times, Miss Kim, who famously has sung with Rare Essence and others, she
Mhm.
just had her 50th birthday party where? At the Bethesda Blues and Jazz Club. What they got at Bethesda Blues and Jazz Club? Tables and chairs.
Tables and
Yes,
Right.
indeed.
It's a fantastic place to see some good music where you don't have to get up and dance if you don't want to.
Hey,
Mhm.
I took my young son to see Benny the Butcher, and I looked at him. I was like, man, it was still the concert going. I was like, man, my legs, feet tired. He's like, mine too. I was like, we can go. He's like, let's go. I was like, yes, I love this dude.
Yeah.
How you done made your son a 45-year-old man like you? What's going
Yo,
on?
they call him old man at school. He's just an old soul.
He
Listen to
is. He
jazz
sounds
music.
like an old soul. Somebody
Yeah.
else is in that young man that from ancestor from way back came.
Probably
and
my
jumped in.
daddy, but
Mhm.
it is what it is. All right, I'll let y'all. We ain't got much time left. We got about 6 minutes, y'all. So y'all got
Oh,
something
that
else
sounds like a
y'all
6-minute mix, ear doctor.
Whoa, it sure doesn't.
It
It
does.
sounds,
No, it
it
does.
sounds
It
like
does.
one more little piece of story we can fit in this bitch.
One more little piece of story.
One more little
Ah.
piece of story.
I'll even
All
stay
right,
on
let's-
screen for it.
Let's end with this then.
There we go.
Obviously, the ICJ did what they didn't do last time and explicitly told Israel to stop its military offensive in Rafah. Though, of course, Israel isn't going to apply. They aren't going to comply. And the ICJ doesn't have any mechanism to force them to comply. The United Nations top court ordered Israel on Friday to immediately halt its military offensive in the southern Gaza city of Rafah, but stopped short of ordering a ceasefire for the enclave. Although Israel is unlikely to comply with the order, it will ratchet up pressure on the increasingly isolated country. Criticism of Israel's conduct in the war in Gaza has been growing, particularly since it turned its focus on Rafah. This week alone, 3 European countries announced they would recognize a Palestinian state, and the chief prosecutor for another international court requested arrest warrants for Israeli leaders along with Hamas officials. That's just garbage. And and this is garbage because how do you arrest both the war criminals and the victims of the war criminals? How do you arrest both of them? How do you arrest the people who are committing war crimes and the people who are the victims of the war crimes?
Because it's both sides, Jackie. I mean, both sides. You know what I'm saying? Both sides. Both sides.
Lord.
Can I tell y'all there's a trend, interesting little trend on TikTok amongst the youth them. And it's the kids getting on and they're like, I don't know why Benjamin Malachowski is calling himself Benjamin Netanyahu. He was born in Philadelphia and now he's the leader of a made-up country. It's like, listen to the kids. Listen to the kids is on their ass. Okay, the kids is on their ass. And but what's interesting to me about this all the movement with the ICJ and even the ICC, Netanyahu has openly threatened Karim Khan, the ICC.
Yeah.
I mean, like I'm like, he threatened him on fucking This Week in Politics with George Stephanopoulos. He was like, yeah, I don't know about Karim Khan. He might want to watch his back. Watch his back. Does especially considering the source, does that not sound like a fucking threat?
Oh, they know he knows it's a threat because he knows he got Mossad. Netanyahu has Mossad and CIA behind him. So yeah, he is a threat, and everybody knows it's a threat. But the interesting thing is that there are a couple of interesting things in here. Of course, we're seeing the contradiction within the ICJ, where they would issue an arrest warrant for the people who are fighting for their liberation against the people who are occupying them and denying them, freedom. That's just liberal bullshit. That's just garbage. Netanyahu is also being pressured at home because he keeps denying the deals that Hamas makes to release the soldiers, because we always have to point out that these people who Hamas has captured, they're not civilians. They are members of the IOF. That's who that concert was for on October 7th. It was for the IOF. So these people who Hamas has captured, they're POWs. They are members of the Israeli army. So they're POWs. They're not hostages. So Netanyahu continues to refuse the deals to exchange prisoners, all of the POWs that Hamas has, for all of the Palestinian political prisoners that Israel has. Thousands of them. Israel doesn't want to release them. Whenever Hamas produces a shorter list, a targeted list of people to release, Israel says no. So Hamas has been trying to, they have offered several times to exchange the POWs for Palestinians in Israeli prisons. Israel has continually, or Netanyahu has continually said no. And the Israelis now are pissed off at Netanyahu because he is keeping the POWs from being released. So now they have been protesting Netanyahu for a while. But now they are really, really pressing him to bring all of they're not saying POWs, of course, they're saying hostages, but they're pissed at Netanyahu because they know that he's the one who's keeping their family members from being returned home.
And killing them, right?
And he has killed them. He has killed quite a few of them.
I don't believe Hamas is killing Jackie's character, these Israeli POWs. They're not killing these folks. These Israelis are being murdered by their own bombs.
All right. Yep. But that's it for today, y'all. Thank y'all.
See how he got out of giving y'all that mix? See how he did it?
Oh my
what?
God.
Listen. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Trying to run game on the women.
and
Ran
game.
all the game.
Yeah,
Game.
I don't use game. They just understand my story. That's
You
enough
said
of it.
ladies go labor for a couple extra minutes, so I don't have to do this.
So I
Mix.
don't have to do the mix. We see
But
what.
this is just for those who doubted my production skills.
Palestine's been occupied for decades, but a home for centuries. This land is generations of my family's memories. To plant, grow, and nurture the symbol of peace. The olive trees guaranteed that our people could eat. Living with limitations, pushed down by the occupation. Wanna see the pain? Take a look at the people's faces. Imagine being kicked out of the only house you ever known. We're praying for our souls while they're praying on our homes. It's not easy to put this into words. Looking at my baby sister, is this something she deserves? Growing up in a world where she's not treated the same. Denied the right to live free because of where she came. They wanna occupy this land, won't let them occupy my mind. I stay occupied aside as I write about my life. Because my only mission is to make people listen. This one's for Shashara, hoping it can make a difference. Cause the same thing happened in 48. My grandparents got evicted and forced to move away to the refugee camp in Gaza. No, nothing has changed. They can never return, so that's where I am today. Getting calls from cousins to see if I am alive. This year is not fireworks that are lighting the sky. We're trying to celebrate an Eid and keep the faith. I guess you could say it's how memories are made. Palestine.
Oh man.
While on screen, still be able to get that video pulled up from your text sent over to my email now up on the screen. Appreciate y'all for all coming through and taking part
Doctor,
of this.
you didn't even acknowledge the dope and the deftness of that
Oh, it was dope.
12-year-old.
I seen it a while ago. I seen it, but yeah, it was dope. You brought the lyrics. So continue before we get out of here.
That's it. I'm done with you.
Nice.
Nice. And nice that y'all all tuned in today to the Remix Morning Show. We will see y'all tomorrow morning at 8 a.m.
Oh,
Peace. Oh,
Kim's Twitch turn up tonight. Kim's
Okay.
Twitch turn up tonight. BIDWKB on Twitch. Set your norms and your notifications and shit.
all right. We got anything for you, Jackie?
Mm-mm.
All right.
I ain't doing nothing.
We're doing Stevie Wonder tonight, y'all.
Oh, I might
Yes.
show up.
It's Black Music Month, y'all. Stevie is the alpha and the omega of Black music. I know other people was born before Stevie, but somehow
No,
music
but-
didn't really start until Stevie started making it.
Mm.
So
Talk
that's
that
just my
shit.
opinion.
Yeah, you got a good point there. All right, we out of here, y'all. Remix Morning Show.
Peace.
Why ain't that playing? God damn. Yo!
Oh.